This may be my most frequently asked question, especially from prospective teachers, whether they are teaching online on another platform or not. They always ask, what are the biggest pros and the biggest cons? Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Teacher Kristen here. Today I want to discuss my top pros and my top cons. Now I know every teacher is different. Every teacher has a different experience in any facet, not just VIP Kid, but there are some things that are really big pros to this company and some things that are really big cons. Once I share mine, please feel free to keep the conversation going down below. Let me know your name, how long you've been teaching, and maybe your top 3 pros and cons. I would love to get a conversation going down there just to see what other teachers like, don't like, what's working for them or what's not working for them. But before I get started on this, just know that no job is perfect. What I think is a con, someone can think is a pro, and vice versa. But before we get into that, make sure you are subscribed to this channel by clicking that little red subscription button and the bell down below. I do apologize if you hear a cat eating behind me. Desiree, my black cat, and my children's favorite prop, not my children, I don't have any of those. I meant my VIP Kid students' children. They love that cat, so I put her feeder behind me. So every once in a while I can scoot this chair and point my camera down and they can go, I see a cat. That's definitely a pro, right? Pro. All right, let's get started. Let's go with the pros. We'll start with the pros. It's like getting the good news before the bad news. Number 1 is pretty obvious, and it's very widely known that you can set your own hours, you can work from home, you can work remotely, but I have to tell you, until you have done it yourself, until you have packed up a bag and gotten on an airplane or in a car or train and you travel somewhere and you're literally setting up your laptop with your earphones and realizing, oh my gosh, I'm getting paid to travel. I'm getting paid to, enjoy a little downtime in my hotel room while on vacation. Like, that is amazing. My own parents always say, that wasn't a thing in our time. That is amazing that you have, this outlet, this platform to do this. And I have to tell you, if you haven't done it before, even if you're a current teacher, just go book yourself somewhere. Go visit someone that has Wi-Fi and just try it. I will have a video coming out in the future of what I pack and what my what my traveling teaching classroom looks like with a traveling classroom tour. If you guys want to see that, let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up.
It's already being filmed now. Spoiler alert.
So number 1, making your own schedule, setting your own hours, being able to work from home or abroad anywhere you are, as long as you have your laptop, headphones, and good Wi-Fi, you're all set to go. Number 2 is that you have the ability to develop your own teaching style. The sheer fact that I can see people making their own props, they have their own little skits and things they do with the kids, people that can actually make the background of their camera be different places. That is so amazing. And on top of that, you are marketing yourself. You're saying, hey, parents, I can do XYZ so your children can improve in their English in whatever ways that they need. Just the sheer fact that you don't have to be a little cookie cutter employee that has to do things a certain way. You are free to do, your style, what gets the children to know you, learn the material, and have fun. I've seen so many teachers get so creative with this, and it's just so fun to see what they do. The props I think are important. Those people that use standing desks, they can stand up and show certain heights to their students. That is all fantastic. Just the idea that we don't have to all be the same while we all work on the same team is really a nice pro. And number 3 is a really big one for me, and it is that teachers in this community have access to workshops, tools, and furthermore, a big community of supportive teachers. Now, my background is in music. Now, I did teach private voice lesson, private piano lesson, and I am a brick and mortar teacher now, but I did not have formal ESL training. I did not have a certificate in education. So the fact that I had the access to go take workshops, learn, talk to people, have a supportive community, and develop myself into, I think I'm a pretty decent teacher, mainly because I can assess where a student is, what they need to improve on, and how I can get them their goals. P.S. You should all think of yourselves as good teachers because you are working towards the common goal of helping these students, and we all have that common goal. But back on topic, I did not have all this formal training, so you better believe I was taking workshops. I was learning what TPR was. I was learning the best ways to use my whiteboards and my props. I was learning the best ways to assess a 5-year-old versus a 12-year-old. I had all these workshops available to me for free from the comfort of my home. That is fantastic. My brick and mortar job, we had to drive 40 minutes up north on our own dime. We were not reimbursed for any gas, travel, food, anything. And we had to go up every single Tuesday and Thursday for 3 hours after school for our training. So big pro to VIP Kid for allowing us to have all this access to free training, resources, and community. Now, before I do any cons, I just want you to know this is not me being angry, bitter, spiteful. All in all, I do very much enjoy working for this company, or else I wouldn't, and I hope many of you agree with that. But like any job, there will be pros and there will be cons. Will these cons always be relevant? I don't know. Will they fix any of these cons in the future? I don't know. We'll find out. But let's just jump into the cons, making this a really positive, constructive experience. We ain't roasting dino today. Number 1 clearly cannot be helped, and it is the time difference. Until VIP Kid expands to other nations and countries in the world, we will primarily have the time difficulties we have now. Now, I work in the Eastern Standard Time. Bless those people who live on the other side of the United States of America. If you're in California or Nevada or Utah, bless you, because those hours look ridiculously hard. Now, I know every single time zone has their difficulties, except for Europe, you 9-to-5ers. I am so jealous of you. Each teacher has to kind of work around their time zone, whether they teach at night, early in the morning. It just depends on what they have. But for me, my biggest con is waking up between 5 and 6 a.m., especially now that it's summer vacation and I want to sleep, but I also want to save money for my wedding and buy my fiance's wedding band to put a down payment on our honeymoon and pay off a little bit more on my mortgage each month. Like, those are things I also want, and I figure, hey, I'm home and this is the best paying job per hour, so I know it's a blessing to have this job. I just think that my first con on this list is definitely the time zone difference. Do I wish it was like 9 to 1? Oh yeah, I would take 9 to 1, but it's fine. I will accept it, but time zones. Con number 1. Con number 2 is a recent development that I am very much not a fan of. It has recently come to my attention, and you can watch a whole video on this topic up above in the cards, that parents now get a notification at 25 hours until their student's scheduled time. So I teach a class in approximately 1 hour at 8:30 p.m. It's now 7:30. I guarantee you that tomorrow night's 8:30 class, the parent of that student is probably going to get a notification soon saying, hey, Johnny has an 8:30 class tomorrow. Do you still want to take it? And if you don't, do you not want to pay your teacher? I understand that parents, book the classes. I understand the clientele. I get that. But I feel like when a student and a teacher agree in a booking, so when a student chooses a teacher, in my opinion alone, that is an agreement. I agree as the teacher to meet you as the student at this time. And the teachers, we can't cancel for any reason. Oh, goodness, no, that can't happen. But at 25 hours before, they can cancel with no repercussion? Yes, I know they're the ones paying. Yes, I know they're the customer. But that is really difficult on the teachers, especially when you are getting 5 or 6 cancellations every single week. That really cuts into things, and some teachers can't always get a short notice booking. I can fill my classes in a frenzy 100% every single week, all summer, all day long. But can I always guarantee a short notice booking? Absolutely not. And new teachers obviously can't either unless they're really lucky. You can tell I get a little bit heated about this only because I take this job very seriously for these kids. And I just feel like it's so lax on not their end. I'm not just saying it's all their fault. I'm just saying I wish there was a better policy outside of 25 hours. Like if there were a wait list. So if Johnny left and Susie wanted that slot, could Susie come in and take it? I don't know. You can tell that is a very big con. That's a very new thing here in the summer of 2019. Will it change? I don't know. Do I hope it will change? Of course I do. Actually, on the day that I'm filming this, I did find out that when a student or parent cancels your class, even if it's over 25 hours, you'll get a notification as a canceled class. You usually only get notifications if it's within 24 hours, so you know, like, hey, a student very close to a time with you isn't taking. I had a cancellation 10 days from now show up in my notifications, so we'll see how that pans out. Whew, let's calm down. Let's calm down. And my very last con, you can see why I was like, I do like this company, please don't think I hate them. My very last con on this list is their never changed and never seeming to want to change policy for a raise. Because I feel like, if you don't know this, there's a really long list of things you have to do to get a raise. And I feel like it's really unfair to the teachers who can't give the insane number of classes because maybe they have other things going on, but they consistently deliver good classes. They get good Apple ratings. They have a good base of regulars. They recruit trials. They recruit other teachers into the program. They're going on their 4th contract and they can't get a raise to save their life. Whew, girl needs to really calm down. The biggest thing that bothers me with the raise, there's 2 things. The first one is the insane number of classes because I feel like you can't always attain that when you have other things going on. And the second is you have to have a certain percentage of 5 Apple feedback from parents, and you cannot control which parents are going to give you feedback and which ones are not. Like, you can't do that. That is not a thing. That's like saying, hey, you're a barista. You only get a raise after 6 months if 25% of your customers tip you. You can't control the actions of other people. You should be focusing on delivering, good classes for your students. And I don't know how this policy, could be improved or if it will be improved. I just know that that is one of my biggest cons because I am seeing some very, very talented teachers who pour their heart and their soul into this program. And as a teacher who missed the 5 Apple rating percentage needed for a raise at the end of July by 0.8%, 0.8, I can tell you that getting 1,000 classes under your belt to make that number and then seeing the part you can't control not make it by 0.8, it hurts your soul a little bit. Am I thankful for the classes? Yes. The experience? Yes. The learning? Yes. The community? Yes. But the other part? No, I am not. Anyway, that is it for my list of pros and cons. Once again, I do not have any hatred towards this company. Every job you have will have their pros and their cons. And who knows, it is such a fast growing company. Things may change, things could happen, you never know, so you just do the best you can, smile, go your way, and see what happens in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, let me know your pros and cons, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Teaching, but you haven't booked a class and it's been weeks. Maybe you think that classes are going to go one way, but they've gone another way. Either way, I have the top 3 most common mistakes for brand new teachers. Get creative. If you have children, you are swimming in a pool of props.